All right, muchachos, so vamos a empezar inmediatamente. Primero, vamos a empezar con solamente para preguntar, para ver cómo están, chicos. ¿Cómo están, chicos? Díganme, ¿cómo están ustedes? How's everybody doing? Cuéntame, en inglés o en español, no me importa. Tal vez quieres usar una de las palabras del día, ¿cómo están? Right? I'm sure that we got those last few words we did the weeks before we left. I bet you could put into use right now when I ask you, ¿Cómo están, chicos? Remember, there were some good ones that you could have used. Hola. So go ahead if this is your first time tuning in, you just want to jump on and type as much as you can. Hopefully you also saw for my students, the remind I sent you about later on today. Yep, I bet you are aburrido. Sí, quedarse en casa es un poco aburrido, sí. Especialmente cuando no pueden salir de la casa, ¿verdad? Hola Francisco, ¿cómo estás? Todos están, saludables, espero que estén saludables. Me imagino, sí, agobiados, me imagino, sí, I bet, agobiado. Yo también. También estoy un poco confundida, right? Pero no estoy culpable de nada, no creo, por lo menos. All right, chicos, so let's get started here. So, el viernes, ustedes trabajaron con la señorita Picente y ella mencionó la opción de hacer una práctica auditiva en audiolingua en la última página de su paquete. Entonces, si vamos a la última página de su paquete, right, la última página. If you didn't do this, I'm about to show you the answers. If you would like to see them, go for it. If you haven't tried these two listenings, for my students, it's in Google Classroom. It's also at the top. The links are right there. Also on the tops of in the middle of the sheets. You can check that out. It's just good practice to hear. It's a couple natives speaking, so this would be good practice for you to try out. But voy a mostrarles ahora las respuestas. Aquí vienen las respuestas. Here come your answers. So again, if you're going to listen to them, fantastic. If you're not, that's okay too, right? It's just a recommended learning, so it's a good practice. So ahí están las respuestas para la primera parte, hablando de Jorge y su vida en los Andes. Jorge vivía en las montañas con sus abuelos, right, with his grandparents. ¿Con quién or con qué tenía una relación muy íntima? Who did he have a close relationship with while he was living in the mountains? That would be los animales y la naturaleza, right? Especially la naturaleza, right? Nature. Número 3. What were some examples? ¿Cuáles ejemplos de flora y fauna mencionó Jorge? He talked about águilas y acurdias. Orchids. This is a hard word for me to pronounce in Spanish. Orquídeas. So, a ver, la próxima. All right. No, lo siento, Amani. You cannot join me. Thank you for offering, but I'm good. Thanks, dear. Maybe another time, dear heart. All right, número 4. ¿Había muchos recursos disponibles a Jorge? Were there a lot of recursos or resources? Disponible, Fidel, if you are on here, you know that word. Disponible, that's Fidel's word. Femi, that's you. Available. Were there many resources available? No había agua y no había electricidad. I thought maybe that was an accident. That doesn't seem your style to want to jump on and lead this one with me. But maybe you can still. All right, número 5. ¿Iba frecuentemente a la ciudad? Did he go frequently? See, there's your imperfect, chicos. Check this out. Did he used to go frequently to the city? No. Tenía que esperar 15 días para ir a la ciudad. He had to wait 15 days to go to the city. Y finalmente, ¿de dónde venía? Where did the majority of his resources come from that he needed? and that was de la naturaleza. All right. So la segunda era un poco más fácil la segunda. So here you go. So this was a true or false. You had to wait 15 days. That's right. Muy bien, Francisco. All right, we're going down to the second part now. So, darle con el pie. This is to kick or to start up. Me había metido. I got myself into. Okay, that was what I got myself into. Sorry, I didn't put that one on there. So here's your true or false answers. Pedro was a good child. This is your imperfect, but he was a little mischievous. Yep. While his parents were speaking, Pablo liked to give a kick to the wheel of his little car and afterwards escape, meaning like he started up his little cart or his little, we probably would use that for his bike or whatever, or maybe his little scooter, and escape. Número tres, Pedro spent or walked around the park with his cousins and his friends. Yes, that was true. Número cuatro, el Parque de Zaragoza, or if you're in Spain, Zaragoza, es el parque más grande de la ciudad. Yep, esa es la verdad. This is the biggest park in the city. Número cinco, Pedro y su familia daban de comer, used to feed los patos. Patos, that's your ducks. That's some of your passwords for conjuguemos, are pato sano and things like that. That's your duck. They didn't give them zanahorias. No. They gave them pan y lechuga. Y finalmente, esta época, this era, this time period right here, was one of the most happiest of his life, and that is verdad. That was true. All right, chicos, so vamos a continuar. Ahora, again, if you didn't take time to do this one, it's a good thing to do. You probably haven't heard much native Spanish lately, or much Spanish, period. So this is recommended. It's in, for my students, it's in your Google Classroom. For other students, the link is up at the top of your page also. Okay? Okay, so ahora vamos a continuar con un repaso del imperfecto y el pretérito, chicos. Primero deben tener sus apuntes, deben tener esta hoja. Okay, I'm going to turn my camera for a second, okay? Or my phone, I should say. So if I turn this, let me stick this down there. Okay, hang on a minute. All right, here we go. So remember your reasons for Simba are specific number of times. You know how many times something happened. Your interrupted actions, your main events, anytime something began or ended, and then arrivals and departures. It's like this little, remember the wiggly line. Your preterites are the things that like happen. Those are the sudden things. You know how many times. It's clear how many times. Okay? Where the imperfect is your wiggly line, and that talks about weather and age, right? Time, what time when you're describing what time it was. When you're describing emotion, repetition, something that happened regularly, habitually. And then setting and description, like background information. ¿De acuerdo? All right, chicos, so, and it's also, remember, how do you say used to in Spanish? You use the imperfect. Also sounds like the ing in the past. All right, chicos, so ahora vamos a hacer una práctica con un diapositiva. ¿Dónde está? Aquí está. All right, chicos, so I'm going to turn my camera again. All right. So I'm going to show you a reason, and you tell me whether it's P or I. Try to do this as quickly as possible because just to save time. So here comes your first one. Whoops, my bad. So interrupting action is definitely preterite. All right. Oh, this stinks. You know what? We got another one. Sorry, this isn't going to turn out. I'm not going to be able to do this because I don't have the answers written down. So we can just look at it. Background information would be imperfect. Feelings and emotions are imperfect. Main events are preterite. Yeah, this is kind of not working out the way I had planned it. Sorry, lo siento. Happened a specific number of times. That's definitely preterite. Age, imperfect. You don't have to respond at this point. I messed up. Ongoing, repetitive, unspecific number of times. That's your imperfect. Happened a specific number of times. That's your preterite. You know how many times it happened. Even if it happened 4,000 times. If you know how many times, you're going to use the preterite. The beginning of an event, when something starts or ends, it's always preterite. Used to, we know that's your imperfect. When something arrives, we use preterite. And when something ends. Gracias, Kendall. To describe the time in the past, it would be imperfect. Weather in the past, imperfect. Alrighty, so departure, preterite, and then whenever you're saying when something always used to happen, that's your imperfect. Alright, chicos, so that was not very interactive, but this next one is. So hang on. We usually would do this with whiteboards, but now your phones are going to be your whiteboards. So I'm going to do a PowerPoint practice with everybody, and you're going to tell me whether it's preterite and imperfect, and then you're going to tell me por qué. Alright, so... So here comes the practice. So please put your answers up. Please put your answers up and we'll go. So last summer we went camping twice. Is this going to be P or I, chicos? P or I? Preterite or imperfect? We went camping twice. As soon as I see one answer, I'm clicking it. Let's go. P or I? We went camping last. P, you got it. Muy bien. Excelente. I know, no, but that's right. Preterite, because it's a specific number of times. Bravo. Hola, Raúl. You're welcome to hang out. This is Spanish 3 review. El verano pasado fuimos de camping 2 veces. So this would be preterite for sure. Okay, next one. At 4 o'clock sharp, my mother arrived home from work. P or I, and tell me why this time. Give me reason. P-I, tell me why. Like that? At 4 o'clock sharp, my mother arrived home from work. Good. Yes, muy bien, Jaime. ¿Y por qué? Specific time. Bravo. Excelente. Specific time. Muy bien. Preterite, arrival, departure, at an exact time. Llegar. 95% of the time when you use llegar, it's going to be the preterite. So, a las 4 en punto, on the dot. Mi madre llegó a casa del trabajo. Muy bien. Let's go to la próxima. All right. My grandparents always traveled to Florida for the winter. My grandparents always traveled to Florida for the winter. P or I, and tell me why. I. Muy bien, Blake. Y Juliana, ¿por qué? Why do we think it's I? Why do we think it's imperfect? That's right, Jaime, always. That's your trigger, repetitive. Muy bien, ongoing, repetitive action, always. Bravo. Mis abuelos siempre viajaban a Florida por el invierno. I as an igloo. Muy bien. Okay, la próxima. She refused to work with me. Oh, you know what I forgot to tell you to look over? My bad. I wanted you to look over this sheet. This is in your packet, right? The special meanings for verbs that change in the preterite. So, what was the sentence? She refused to work with me. Refused, chicos. We have learned that word, but check this out. Refused. Boop, 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 boop. No quise in the preterite. In the preterite. So that would be preterite, right? She refused to work with me. Muy bien. Ella no quiso trabajar conmigo. Muy bien. It's a form of querer. You got it. Bravo. Okay, the comedian was cute. The comedian was cute. And tell me why. The comedian was cute. And tell me why. Description. That's right. What do you use for description? P or I? Preterite or imperfect when we're talking about physical characteristics in the past? That's right. Imperfecto. Excelente, Aiden. Muy bien, Kendall. You got it. Imperfect physical description. El comediante era mono. Remember, mono is a good word for, like a mono is the same word for monkey. So mono, cute monkey. Muy bien. Número 5. Every Saturday we used to visit my cousins. Used to. How do we say used to in Espanol? Every Saturday we used to visit my cousins. P or I, and tell me why. Every Saturday we used to visit my cousins. That is I. You got it, Alison. ¿Y por qué? Pero por qué? ¿Por qué? Repetition. You got it. Excelente. Muy bien. Repetition. Used to every Saturday. Habitual actions. Bravo. Repeating. Cada sábado visitábamos a mis primos. Excelente. Preterite or imperfect? Tell me why. I left at the school. I left from the school at 2:15. Let's just say I left the school. That at should not be there. I left the school at 2:15 this afternoon. P or I, tell me why. ¿Por qué, Juliana? ¿Por qué? Si tienes razón. Departure. Muy bien. P for departure. You got it. Preterite. They left. That means it's going to be preterite. Specific time also. So to leave, you could use irse. The reflexive form of ir is to leave, to depart. Or salir. Okay, 95% they are preterite. Excelente. Me fui o salí de la escuela a las 2:15 de la tarde. Make sure to raise your hand. Make sure to tell all to raise your hands. You know what? In this case, you can shout out. However, when we get to our Zoom, then you're going to be raising your hands. But thank you for the recommendation, Francisco. All right, here we go. She was 6 years old. So it sounds like that it's describing her age in the past. I wonder what that is. Preterite or imperfect? P or I, and tell me why. P or I, I'm sorry. P or I. I, age, bravo, Blaque. Blaque, what's your Spanish name? And who's your teacher? I don't know unless I know you and you're in my class, which I don't think I do. Muy bien, imperfect age. Excelente. Imperfect age. Ella tenía 6 años. Muy bien. All right. Oh. Hola, Julio. Not sure what that means, Julian. Enrique. Okay. Hola, Enrique. All right. Preterite or imperfect? The school year began on September 7th. The school year began on September 7th. P or I, and tell me why. P, beginning. That's right. Preterite. It started. That's it. Preterite started on a specific time. You could put it on the calendar on that September 7th. Boom. El año escolar empezó el 7 de septiembre. Muy bien. All right, we're going to get a little bit harder up here in just a little bit. Last night, Jose sent invitations for his party. Hola, Juan. Last night, Jose sent invitations for his party. P or I, and tell me why. Jose sent invitations for his party last night. P or I? Preterite or imperfect? Preterite. That's right. Right. Anoche. The trigger word. Anoche. Muy bien. How many times did he send the invitations? Probably just once. Right? Wasn't it? He was sending and sending. So preterite one time last night. Muy bien. Anoche, Jose envió o mandó, whichever one you want, las invitaciones para su fiesta. Okay, there we go. This is number 9.5. She found out the truth. Ooh, found out. ¿Cómo se dice found out? I feel like we just did this 2 days ago. Found out. It was a special one. Found out. It's like you knew it for the first time. You found out the information. Preterite or imperfect? Si, Julián, es preterite. Supe. Good, that would be I found out. Muy bien, Enrique. But what are you going to do for she found out? Supe is I found out. What's she found out? I'll tell you. Preterite found out. Muy bien, knowing it's saber. In the preterite tense, supo. Ella supo la verdad. Right? The supe is for yo. Muy bien, chicos. Número 10. You got it. It was 5 o'clock. It's describing the time in the past. Chicos, we know this. Describing the time in the past is da 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 da. Imperfect time. I'm going to go a little bit faster on this one. Eran las 5. Eran las 5. Remember, if it was 1 o'clock, it would just be era. But it's multiple, so it's going to be eran. ¿De acuerdo? Muy bien. Imperfecto time. Okay, chicos. Aquí viene la próxima. Now you're going to tell me which verb. ¿Cuál de ellos? La parrillada blank a las 10:30. What time is it? La parrillada blank a las 10:30. And you got either terminaba or terminó. We know that terminar means to end. So it's a beginning or ending. So which one you're going to choose? You're going to choose the imperfect or the preterite. And then which one is imperfect and which one is preterite. So this one's practicing a little bit with your conjugations as well. Terminó. Muy bien, Kendall. Terminó, right? Because it's, we know, oh, gracias, Francisco. Terminó. La parrillada terminó a las 10:30. It ended. It's an ending time. Bravo. Yep. La próxima. Ooh, this one's always tricky. La puerta blank cerrada cuando llegamos a casa. La puerta blank cerrada cuando llegamos a casa. So we've got, remember that cerrada is closed. So remember, estar is going to be, estaba and estuvo would be was. Okay, so when you make your decision here, think about this. Is this background information or is this something that happened? So the door, in English it would sound like this. The door was closed when we arrived home. So the door was closed. Is that background information or is that something that happened? The door was closed when we arrived home. Does that sound like something that's a main event? This would be more of background, chicos. This would be estaba. Okay, it's background information. La puerta estaba cerrada. There's nothing eventful about that. It's just background. That's the condition when you walked in. Okay? All right. 12 and a half. Number 12 and a half. Yo blank flores ayer por mi cumpleaños. Yo blank flores ayer por mi cumpleaños. So again, we've got tener. We know tener has special meanings when it's in the preterite versus when it's in the imperfect. In the imperfect, it would sound like had, but in the preterite, muy bien, Juliana, it sounds like received. So it's saying, I received flowers yesterday for my birthday. Muy bien, chicos, you got it. Tuve would be tuve for received. Received on this one, okay? I received flowers for my birthday yesterday, as opposed to I had flowers for my birthday yesterday, okay? So this would be a tuve. All right, chicos, do you see why? Remember, tenía is had, tuve is I received. So I had flowers yesterday for my birthday, or I received flowers for my birthday. See how there's a little difference there? All right, what about this one? Muy a menudo, muy a menudo. I know, Juliana. Stay strong. Very often, muy a menudo, nosotros blank al policía poner una multa. Una multa is a ticket. Una multa a los conductores en la carretera. So, muy a menudo, very often, we something. So, this is from which verb is this? This is your verb ver, right? To see. So, we saw the police giving a ticket to the drivers on the highway. Muy bien, Juliana, veíamos, right? Because that is often, muy a menudo. Bravo. I think we only have a couple more, which should take us right till noon. So there you go. Ayer el peatón blank una carta desde el correo. Ayer el peatón, do you remember what peatón is? blank una carta desde el correo. Now we got enviar is your verb. And this is all Spanish 2. This is a review of Spanish 2 vocab. So yesterday, peatón is your pedestrian. Enviar is to send a letter from the mail. That's right. Envió from the post office. Envió. You got it. Bravo. Open another a menudo. A menudo mi familia y yo blank a pie a la casa de mis tíos. So, a menudo mi familia y yo blank. So this should be, right, we got often, my family and I, something by foot. Íbamos a la casa de, we walked to the house of my aunts and uncles. Repetitive. Muy bien. We're almost there, chicos. La estatua blank alta y hecha de piedra. La estatua. So era and fue. Both are going to mean was, right? Both of them mean was. But which one are we going to choose? The statue was tall and hecha de piedra, made of rock. So what is this describing? Yep, you're right. It is era. Do you know why? Bravo. Era for description, right? Because it's describing. It's not an event. It's not something you can write on the calendar necessarily to say, hey, what happened? Nope. Okay. What about la próxima? El chico no blank la verdad a su mamá anoche. El chico no blank la verdad. So decía and dijo both come from the verb decir, which is to say or to tell, right? So, what do you think? El chico no, the boy didn't tell the truth to his mom anoche. Anoche is your trigger, so it's, yep, last night. So you're going to use dijo. Bravo, chicos. No dijo la verdad. Didn't tell the truth to his mom last night. Not good. Not good at all. All right, preterite imperfect, tell me why. So you got blank, mucho frío y viento afuera. You got hacía or hizo. Both of them would sound like it was very cold and windy outside, right? It was very, which one are we going to choose? Hacía or hizo to talk about the weather in the past? What do you think? Chicos, I'll tell you right now, you're going to, yes, bravo. Hacía. Muy bien. Hacía, description of weather in the past. There's only 20, so we're so close. Hang in there. Todos nosotros, blank prisa de volver a la Plaza Mayor. Okay, so this one's a little trickier. Let's see what you do on this one. Todos nosotros, all of us, tener prisa. Tener prisa, chicos, is a tener expression. It means to be in a hurry. So, todos nosotros, something prisa, we're in a hurry, de volver a la Plaza Mayor, to return to the main square. Okay, we were all in a hurry to return to the main square. So, what are you going to use, teníamos or tuvimos? Remember, your preterite special meanings for tener, right? If it was in the preterite, it has a sound of like we received. Teníamos prisa, we were in a hurry, talks about feelings. Okay, so you would use teníamos on this one because it's describing a feeling. ¿De acuerdo? All right. Y there you go. Last one. This is it, chicos. Los novios blank frecuentemente en su boda. Los novios, what did they do often? Besarse. Besarse is to kiss, right? So the novios would be the groom and the bride. They kissed frequently at their wedding. So which one are you going to choose? Frequently is your trigger word, right? So you are going to end up choosing, hopefully, se besaban. Se besaban. Muy bien. They kissed a lot during their wedding. Ew, gross. All right, chicos, last thing we're going to do is, oh, hey, there's my reflection. All right, we're going to tell you that your homework, you can do whatever you can do in the packet, okay? So do what you can do on that packet, whatever's left of it. Remember, chicos, this is for your own learning at this point. We really are encouraging you to stay because we don't know what the future will bring, right? So try to keep up on this stuff because we don't know one day to the next. And as soon as we know something, we will let you know, of course. But in the meantime, don't forget to go to the Instagram page. I got to re-put it on there because I don't know I don't know what I did. Anyway, it's off. But anyway, here's your 2 songs. This is your first song. Hang on. Oops, I gotta take my headphones out. Okay, this is your first song, Cuando tú dices que me amas. Remember, the link is on my bio page. Nice, Francisco. Okay, here comes the next one. This one is by Julio Iglesias, El Papá de Enrique. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. A little tango music. There he is. El Papá, the man who gave us Enrique. All right, chicos, so go there and vote if you can, all right? It's still going on. All right, guys. My class, don't forget to check your remind, okay? We've got something planned for this afternoon, so stay tuned. Looking forward to seeing you. I hope you're all healthy. I love you and I miss you.